It's February 6, 2017, and it's time to review 5 of the most outrageous, infuriating, or just plain baffling things that have happened lately. It's your Facepalm 5. Let's count them down. Number 1, Trump issues pointless and cruel executive order banning immigrants and refugees. Oh, I know, it's not a ban. It's just a pause to allow us to strengthen safeguards against people from countries that aren't sending terrorists here. And it's not directed at Muslims. It just orders preferential treatment be given to people who aren't a part of the religious majority in the 7 majority Muslim countries to which the executive order applies. Clearly, I had it all wrong. Number 2, white supremacist former Breitbart head named to National Security Council. Hey, look, it's your dad's friend from the lodge who was always drunk and complaining about the Jews. He's come up in the world. First, he ran a really popular white supremacist conspiracy theory website that convinced a bunch of people it was a legitimate news outlet, and now he works in the White House. In fact, he was just appointed to the National Security Council, and all despite looking like a raw haggis in a cheap wig. I'm sorry for that. I shouldn't make fun of a person's appearance. That's a cheap shot. And besides, Steve Bannon did not always look the way he does now. Check out this photo of him from his younger days. Actually, never mind. Not that different. Number 3, Republicans move to slash environmental regulations. Congressional Republicans are preparing to overturn a regulation designed to limit the impact of coal mining on streams, as well as an SEC rule requiring oil companies to disclose payments made to foreign governments. Because why shouldn't we put the development of fossil fuels in the 21st century ahead of the preservation of the natural world? And what is so bad about international bribery anyway? Number 4, Republicans seek to suppress peaceful protests. You know how everybody's protesting stuff now because the president is an incompetent racist, and also because white supremacist professional internet trolls are being invited to speak at colleges for some reason? And you know how sometimes the protesters will get a little agitated and start breaking stuff, and then conservatives will say, oh, why can't they just protest peacefully? Well, Republican legislators in North Dakota, Minnesota, Washington, and Iowa have proposed bills that would make certain acts of peaceful civil disobedience a felony, raise fines for freeway protests, and make it legal for motorists to run over protesters blocking a highway. It turns out the lack of peace wasn't what they actually had a problem with. It was the protesting. And now, a brand new segment for the number 5 slot devoted to some of the other things the occupier of the U.S. presidency has done lately to disgrace the office and embarrass and/or endanger the United States and the rest of the world. It's number 5, the further misadventures of Lord Dampnut. Presented with grateful acknowledgement to Colin Mockery, who pointed out that Lord Dampnut is an anagram for Donald Trump. The following is not a complete list. He gave a Black History Month speech wherein he whined about CNN and seemed not to know who Frederick Douglass was. He made remarks at the National Prayer Breakfast wherein he took a cheap shot at Arnold Schwarzenegger and promised to abolish the law that prevents churches from endorsing political candidates. He reportedly threatened the president of Mexico with a military invasion. He reportedly hung up the phone on the Prime Minister of Australia after throwing a tantrum over having to accept 1,250 refugees. And he ordered a covert counterterrorism strike in Yemen with insufficient intelligence and preparation that got 1 Navy SEAL and most likely some civilians, including possibly children, killed. All hail Lord Dampnut. That's 5. Speak out, act out, resist. Look after each other. Hey folks, hope you found this video worthwhile. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, please consider helping me to make more videos like this one by supporting this channel through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron of this channel for as little as $1 a month. But if you can afford it and if you think I'm worth it, you can pledge at a higher amount per month. And if you pledge at a level of $5 a month or more, you earn yourself a little perk, which would be a shout out at the end of the Facepalm 5, just like these new $5 or more per month patrons that I have picked up since last time. Ken Allen, thank you, Ken. James Strickland, thank you, James. James Russell, thank you, James. And Emily Keeling, thank you all, thanks to all of my patrons at whatever level you pledge, and thanks to all of you for watching. See you next time.